So what is said to boost low libido in women? The answer is all of them.
You're watching The Right Stuff with Janet Street, Porter, Scott Mills and Anne Diamond. In a little bit, we're going to be having a gas about body burps. I used to work in a card and gift shop. I'm so over the fart thing, but specifically we want to talk about women who never let rip in front of their men. Is there something wrong with you, ladies? 0207 173 5555 is the number if you want to let rip. First, and after our last discussion, I'm dreading this one, quite frankly, this new sex pill for women. I'm asking, who's it really for? Because yesterday we heard our doctors have discovered this so-called wonder drug for girls with flagging libidos. It's been dubbed Viagra for women. It's proven to boost a woman's sex drive and improve her satisfaction in the bedroom. There we go. It was originally developed as an antidepressant. Fib and Serin could be driving British babes crazy within the next 18 months or so. But it's very different from Viagra, which works on the physical side of sex, giving horny blokes with erectile problems a lift. It enables them to have sex. Women don't have a problem with the physical side, so their drug works on the brain instead, boosting sexual desire where it doesn't already exist. Great news? Perhaps, but for whom? Around 1 in 4 women are thought to suffer a low libido caused by anything from exhaustion to illness, and the part that I think isn't missing there, to marriage. But one study found only 12% were bothered by a lack of desire. Does that mean they wouldn't be interested in this pill, then? Blokes, they say, think about sex every 52 seconds. Women are supposed to think of hiding the sausage, but once a day. I'm not so sure, though. Experts tell us that the female libido is complex and can't necessarily be switched on and off in the same way as a male's. A pill like this won't fix the reasons that women may have gone off sex, poor body image or a broken relationship. But their other half will certainly have a much bigger smile on his face. And that's the trouble, isn't it? At the end of the day, you girls will take this pill to keep him happy, Janet.
There's another reason why women go off sex, which wasn't on your list, and it's the sheer blobby nature of their partner. So you don't need to take a pill, just a blindfold would do.
Well, it's a fair point.
Going back to our previous item, where we all agreed there was nothing wrong in making the best of yourself, that only applies to women, because by the time you get to my age, women do make the best of ourselves. I see loads of women my age, we look great, Anne looks great. But if we look at men our age, frankly, they look rubbish. Completely rubbish. And they give up. And when they get through the front door, they put those clothes on that I call pods. The tracky bottoms, the slippers, the blobby top pod, they just look like a kind of tadpole that's come out of the womb. So, I don't need this pill, I need a blindfold.
Just before I move on, do you think this is a pill invented by men for women for men? That ultimately the objective is will be that men will be happy and the women that take it, their state remains unchanged?
Yeah, I would say so, and also you've got to take it for weeks, so how do you know the woman's taken it anyway? The reason why women don't have sex, there's loads of reasons. Yeah. We're knackered, we're tired. Yeah, and also, if this pill is going to put us in the mood for sex, and we're knackered, we're going to be double knackered the next day, so it could be just not a great idea.
You're nodding along, Anne.
Absolutely, absolutely. Exhaustion is like this huge... I mean, we all said stress was going to be the modern disease, and I think it is, and exhaustion, and that's apparently the reasons a hell of a lot of women say no in the evening, because they just can't face the idea because they're so tired. And this pill isn't going to help anyone except him, and as Janet says, going to make you more exhausted the next morning. I can't see, really.
Because
you could argue that for a while you'd take it to help your marriage or help your relationship.
I was just want to say, is there anything wrong in taking the pill if it makes him happy in the marriage?
Yeah, but it makes her more knackered the next morning? No.
What if it turns you on to sex and you still don't fancy him? You might end up doing it with the postman.
I know.
You might have taken your pills for 12 weeks, you might be hot to trot, you get a special delivery, I think, oh, he'll do.
Assuming, of course, they're not on strike. Scott?
Well, I mean, we already said that women do have a different, libido to men, and the sex drive is completely different. So doesn't this kind of persuade normal women that there's actually something wrong with them?
If they don't feel like they're up for it all the time. I think that's a side effect as well. From my own personal experience, I like to find a pill that actually turns women's libido off.
Yeah. I agree with you.
just slows it down a bit.
Men, you've become so wimpy.
No, I'm exhausted, Janet.
Yeah,
I do the cooking, I do the
become-
cleaning. I'm a victim of the post-feminist
I can just imagine
age.
what it's like living with you. I can just imagine.
Go on, what do you imagine away? What do you think it's like?
I imagine that, you know, you'd be coming home from work and you'd be going, I'm tired. You're building up to being not ready to have sex in the evening. You're getting all those little excuses in over dinner. Oh, I'm really tired. I've got to catch up on my work, blah, blah, blah. So that when you get in the bedroom, lights out.
It's so wrong, Janet. I come in, I clean, I cook, I clean some more, I cook a bit more.
Yeah.
I go and I put my little elephant special posing pants on. And I lie there with a bottle of blue pills for me, and now we're going to have a bottle of pills for her as well. That's right, Anne. It's horrific, my life. Let's throw it open to you. Who's this sex pill for women really for? Is it for men, Kirsty?
Do you know, can I just say, I think it's a fantastic idea. I think it will help relationships, and I also think women that, you know, we're going through a time at the moment where it's really, really stressful. People have got financial problems and all these things that make, you know, people can't always.
So pop a pill.
And I think it's great, and also women, no, but men, you know, men are tired as well, and it's about working, you know, it's give and take as it is, and of course, you know, and I think women that do have low self-esteem
How is
as
your
well,
libido then, Kirsty?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Just ask. Curiosity.
I think it's good. We have Natalie on line 2.
Natalie, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you think this pill is a good idea for women?
No.
Go on.
I lost my libido after having my 2 children.
Right.
Went to Ann Summers, bought a very similar pill.
Right.
But it's something to do with you taking the pill, then you're waiting to feel sexy. It doesn't happen. You still have to have sex anyway. I think I was doing it more for my partner because he was putting a lot of pressure on me to still have sex after having my 2 children. So in the end, I got rid of him, got myself a new man, and my libido's come back into spades.
I think there's an awful lot to what you say, Natalie. An awful lot to what you say. Can I? I'm just thinking because before I was writing the script, I was thinking about, I know someone who's been quite ill and the medication killed off her sex drive, and I know lots of people that have children, lots of women that have children, they lose theirs for a while as well. And in all seriousness, Natalie, do you regret having taken a pill to try and get yourself in the mood?
Yeah, because I wasn't really doing it for myself.
You were doing it for him.
I was doing it for him. If he wanted me to feel more sexy, then he would have helped me more, or not put as much pressure on me, or understood that having children is an exhausting and time-consuming pursuit. And understood and waited for it to come back.
Yeah.
So it's not addressing the real problem,
well,
is it?
that's what Janet said really right at the beginning. I mean, albeit in an amusing way. I mean, you put a blindfold on. I mean, that's one way of doing it. The other way, you would say, is that the man has to make a bit more of an effort to make things work, and that doesn't necessarily mean rubbing her bits. It might involve actually taking her out for dinner, being lovely, helping more around the house, you know.
And you know, obesity, which is epidemic at the moment, that a lot of women, when they put on weight, lose their libido, and when they lose weight, they gain it back again as well. There's a chemical going on there, too.
Lots of ways to skin a cat. Let's have another one. Thank you, Natalie.
We have Emma, she's on line 3.
Emma, good morning.
Hello, Matthew.
Hi there. Do you think it's a good idea?
No, I think it's a ridiculous idea.
Why?
Because I think it's just masking the idea that, you know, we stay with partners. We want to stay with partners for a long time. We want to have good relationships.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a way of, you know, people need to work on their relationships and to improve what's going on in their relationship and to make things nice and lovely. And yes, relationships are hard. And I just think that it's, you know, it's just, let's just go and pop a pill and, you know, it'll make it all better.
Right, now, Emma, you sound like an intelligent, bright viewer.
Yes.
Fantastic. Therefore, can I just go back on something and ask you, how do you feel about women undergrads taking part in fashion shows?
Well, this is interesting because I've just won a place at Cambridge to do a PGCE next year.
Right.
And there's no way you'd catch me on a catwalk strutting my stuff like that. In my own bedroom, in privacy, and perhaps with a partner, yes.
Right.
But definitely not on a catwalk in Cambridge, where I'd want to be considered for what I thought rather than what I look like.
Right.
Here,
Thank
here.
heavens for that. I had my fingers crossed then, Emma, that you would say that. I'm not saying that there's a right thing to say or a wrong thing to say, but you were right and everybody else was wrong. Thank you. After the break, women who don't pop off in front of their partners, they're not embarrassed about it, I just find it not particularly amusing, farting, but that's all they're talking about in the jungle. The chef, Gino, he sulks all day if his wife lets rip. She's only dropped one twice in the last 8 years, if you can believe that. I've done one twice since I've been reading this autocue. I reckon she must... Sorry, Janet. I reckon she must be fibbing, you know what I say? Whoever denied it supplied it. It's like being 5 years old all over again, isn't it? Listen, has anyone watching today never done a body burp in front of their other half? 0207 173 5555 is the number. Your calls are nothing but after these ads.